Team 1 spokesperson. Chris. So what is the #1 priority area or activity that you all focused on? Please use the microphone.
So one of the things is kind of looking at our existing roadways or inventories and figuring out, how can we have more of a multi-corridor mixed-use opportunity with that. So part of that is looking at, as opposed to just widening the road, maybe having an APM system. We know right now that the airport is looking to have that system to move passengers to and from, but that type of system, it's called an automated people mover. So it actually has rubber tires, so that system can actually run on surface roads, so we can see some car reduction. And then with that said, that can kind of, other things can come forward with that. We can have safer streets, more opportunities for protected bike lanes for the Westshore area. We're next to students. We're on a campus right now. There could be some more opportunities for circulators as well to move people from jobs to shopping to live, work, and play. So that was one of our big points there.
Let's hear it for Team 1. Team 2, who is your appointed spokesperson, please?
Thank you. My name is Joseph Citro. Team 2, we had a lot of conversations, but to piggyback on Chris and Team 1, our main objective was to improve our transportation to and from the airport, get more cars off the road traveling there. Community bus services, make them smaller, make the routes go no more than in a 6, 7, 8 block area. So people can go from their homes to their shopping, to their job, or to the hospital. And to look for more multimodal forms of transportation. Of course, the driverless cars, driverless vehicles, but work more in a neighborhood with express routes going out from the neighborhood on the HART system.
Great. Let's hear it for Team 2.
I'm Brian Roberts, representative from Team 4. Yep.
Oh, Team 4, okay.
Team 4. I was volunteered for this job. I didn't. So our thought was, while we're going through this process, as we start to change the roads, we need to use more of a data-driven or cost-benefit analysis type decision-making instead of whoever screams the loudest. We're looking at lots and lots of cars going through these exchanges. We're looking at lots and lots of people on the road. We want to make sure that we're thinking about lots and lots of people when we put the money down and when we change, we can start construction. That's kind of where we're really headed with this is let's fix the exchanges, let's fix the roads, let's get the maximum amount of benefit per day. You can say 20 minutes a day for people that are in the maximum, in those traffic jams. You did something big for the whole community. So that's what I thought was.
Let's hear it for Team 4. Team 3, and invite your spokesperson to come up. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. My name is Joe Robinson, and Team 3 had a lot of great ideas, some of what you guys said, but we decided that we would build complete streets with a local workforce, enhancing safety and improving the area's value. And one of the reasons for that is because we know that FDOT does more than interstates.
3.
Huh?
Yeah.
Right, and we build more than interstates, that they own also local roads in the community. We had a lot of community people in our group, so because they're familiar with the impact over in Carver City, Lincoln Gardens, so we went more with the actual local workforce. In other words, we have all these billions of dollars. How can we get the local people in the area to actually participate? So that's one of the things that was brought up in our group, and I didn't bring it up. So that was our main thing, is building complete streets that take into consideration bike lanes, walkability, accessibility, and even one of our members mentioned about mixed-use development when you're actually building these roads and streets and interstates. And I believe that's what our #1 item was, okay?
Let's hear it for Team 3. Team 5. We will find it. Let's go back to think tank. So Team 6, you guys had 2, yes?
Yes.
You had a bonus.
We're special.
You are special. Absolutely. We'll make sure to find the one that you guys did. This would be team 5.
Well, I can talk transportation all day, so.
Okay,
You don't need
it was a quite robust one, if I remember, PJ, so let's find, would it be maybe one of the latter ones that you, how about that one, is that it? Okay. Is that one correct?
No.
No? We'll just go more.
It was towards the end. Yeah, 47.
Okay. Give us just 1 second. I want to make sure it makes the priority list here, because you guys worked hard on it. You handcrafted this one, didn't you?
We did.
All right. Make sure everybody can see. There we go.
Bless you.
So we'll go ahead and put that in presentation mode, and we'll see Team 5's late breaking edition here. Please.
Okay, my name is Carlos Ramirez, representative for Team 5. What we wanted to do is we wanted to connect West Tampa and Westshore. So we were asking ourselves, why are there so many cars on the road? What's going on? What's causing all these issues? So we talked about safety. Why are people driving 1 mile to go down the street to a shop? We talked about congestion. We came up with this very long idea of connecting Westshore, West Tampa, South Tampa together to allow the older population or the younger population that don't have cars from residential areas to where everyone else is working. And the way to do that is through safe ways, either bike routes, better sidewalks, connectivity, and also multimodal things such as buses. We talked about shuttle or circulator or something like that.
Let's hear Robert, the special team.
Yeah, my name is Robert Burr. I didn't get a vote on this, I was selected. To really connect with what everybody else was saying, we're pretty much on the same path. We wanted to put transit, whatever type of transit is, whether it be a train, a bus route, whatever, but in its own right of way. Otherwise, it's subjected to the same kind of congestion that we're dealing with now. Being stuck in a bus, in traffic is the same as being stuck in your car. So we believe that if you try to have either like an express lane like they do now on many of the highways or public transit, it would help people get from one point to another without the congestion that we currently have. And then also too, with the major interstates that we have going up now, making sure that there's connection between communities and districts so that there is an exchange of commerce between and community between all of these different areas. So along with all the others, it's pretty much the same theme. We're trying to get everybody moved around as efficiently as possible.
Great. Let's hear for Team 6. So you should have a polling device, and if you don't, there are polling devices up on the chairs, and PJ and we can bring some to you. Does anybody need a polling device who would like one? You can raise your hand in the back, or and if you all are able to see, especially, that's important. So what you need to do now is look at the top 7 ideas, priority areas, actions that we were talking about. Pick 3 in order of priority. So the one that you press first will have more weight than the second one and the third one. So we're just here to get a pulse in the room for what is the top priority for the Westshore area. So the polls are open. When you want to press the number that corresponds with your top choice, look at your keypad. Watch it as you press the number and make sure there's a little flicker of light in the upper right-hand corner, or a green little flicker of light. That will ensure that your vote is being tallied. So you get 3 votes, your top 3 in order of priority. Again, as you press numbers, watch your keypad, make sure it's registering. What are the top 3 priority focus areas for Westshore, West Tampa, South Tampa? If you can't see, come on up and we'll give you a great view from up here. come on up so you can see each of the 7 items. Does anyone need more time? Need a little bit more time? Press the numbers like you mean it, so you'll see the flicker of light. And then that'll be it there. Anyone need more time? Okay, we'll close the polls in 3, 2, 1. So the survey says, number 3 seems to get the most energy, that's 21%. Use data, impact-driven decision-making, cost-benefit analysis. Whoever screams the loudest, decreasing delays for maximum number of road users. Then it looks like number 7 got 19%. Strive to improve connectivity to major entertainment and employment centers in the area via multimodal options and following through on the Westshore master plan, while allowing safe access for pedestrians and vehicular access to established residential areas. Those are your top 2. Then if we go further, it looks like number 4 came in at 16%. Build complete streets with local workforce, enhancing safety and improving area value. So those are your top 3. All of the ideas that you generated, even the brainstorming, will be in the real-time record. Nothing gets lost. Everything is captured. So when you go on to tampabaynext.com to review the materials, you'll see your ideas in there. So thank you for that, for future reference too. All right, let's now go to how should we organize, and how are we doing on time? I think in the interest of time, what I'll do is just read these aloud, and we'll take a quick poll to see how best we should organize going forward. So Team 1, number 1, virtual meetings more often to capture a larger audience, narrow down the most popular ideas, and discuss in a forum similar to tonight. And if there are any clarifications needed, just raise your hand and we'll ask the spokesperson to clarify further. All right, number 2 says, make sure the group is made up of stakeholders in the district and are representative of the area with a vested interest in the community. Lead by a facilitator with a specific agenda, transparency, time limit, and recorded. That's Team 3. Then number 3, increase outreach to diverse demographic groups, Hispanic, non-English speakers. That's Team 4. You had 2 as well, which is the next one. Number 4, use prepared materials, small, medium, and large for homeowners and other civic groups. Could include in the regular newsletters. Okay. So that's Team 4. Then number 5, come back to the group with analysis of the ideas shared during the working groups and how FDOT and partners could potentially implement them. That's Team 3, and that's item 5. Item 6, provide the option for morning and evening live meetings. Have the meetings available on Skype or record on YouTube. Meetings can be held every other month or can be extended to quarterly basis on volume input. That's item 6, and that's Team 5. Then Team 5 also had an additional one, item 7, which is FDOT point person. Needs to be established for each working group to coordinate progress of projects or subject matter discussed. That's Team 5. Number 7. Number 8, meetings should be held at established neighborhood and civic group meetings on top of community working group meetings. Expand the outreach. That's item 8, Team 6. Any clarifications needed on any of these items? We can ask the spokespeople to help us. You guys did some good thinking about how best to organize. Well done on this.
I would say the number for Team 4.
Yep.
It says use prepared materials, small, medium, large, for homeowner associations. That was
Thank you.
that was really generated to say that for 2 reasons. One, if we can get ahead of the news cycle on this, I think being at the grass level, that's going to help get the message across that we're trying to do the right thing. And 2, it was designed to get people involved in the process that we're doing right now, because there's a bunch of community faces that I don't see in here, like a Hispanic community, I don't see them really well represented compared to who we have in our county. I just don't see a lot of Hispanic people here, and that makes me concerned about the solution being correct. And three, to have, if you run into a snag, you're gonna need those community relations to unsnag those things. So the whole time you're engaging at the more granular level, you're actually gonna be able to clear larger hurdles when you get to a problem.
Very good. Thank you for that clarification. That was helpful, yes, team? Any other clarifications needed on how we can best organize to do meaningful work?
I'll just add a little bit to my, just to echo this gentleman's point here. The other thing that we wanted to narrow down popular ideas, so I think that could be expanded out to looking at best practices for outreach. So what we did for the Imagine 2040, Hillsborough County was, I think, was phenomenal. Tampa Vision was great. Those meetings were packed. We are literally on a college campus. I'd love to see younger folks over here. Unfortunately, we don't have that today, but maybe that can change. We're next to St. Joseph's. My mom was a nurse over there. They got a huge crew over there, and it'd be nice to get some of those workers as well. And then to your point, there's a lot of historic neighborhoods in this area. In fact, this is a very, very dense city limit and unincorporated area. So I think we can get much more of those people to come in and share these top points. So maybe something like more focused strategy, grassroots, and getting more people to come out.
Thank you for that. All right, are we ready to register your vote on what are your top 3 ways in which to organize? So from the list of 8, try to pick 3. Try to narrow down the ways in which we can do the most meaningful work. Polls are open. Please press 3 numbers in order of priority. I know all of you are really good sports because the college internet went down, like the Wi-Fi went down, so we were having issues with that, but you just hung right in there with us and did great work tonight, so we thank you for that. All right, are we ready to close the polls? Anyone need more time? We're going to close the polls in 3, 2, 1. Can we see all 8 items? Yep. Okay, so it looks like number 5 got 17%. Come back to the group with analysis of the ideas shared during working groups, how FDOT and partners could potentially implement them. That's number 5. And then it looks like number 8 also got 16%. Meetings should be held at established neighborhood and civic group meetings on top of community working group meetings. Then there was equal energy around items 1 and 2 at 14%. Virtual meetings, more often to capture a larger audience, narrow down the most popular ideas, and discuss in a forum similar to tonight. And then number 2 also got 14%. Make sure the group is made up of stakeholders in the district, representative of the area with a vested interest in the community, led by a facilitator with a specific agenda, transparency, time limit, and reported. So those are your top 4 ways in which to organize. And we'll capture all of these and use these going forward to organize our next meetings. Wow, the energy in the room just went, whoo. You guys still alive? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? All right, let us now open it up for public comment. Do we have any public comments that were gathered, or no?
No speaker card.
No speaker cards, so now we can open it up to Q&A. Do you have any specific pressing questions that you'd like us to address in the next 10 minutes?
Can I just do a little public comment? I'll be brief, so if that's okay.
Can we do public comment without the written notice? Yep, okay, great, thank you.
It's great to see some familiar faces here today. I know that when we have these public meetings outside of FDOT and Claudia's efforts, things get a little heated. I just wanted to say that I think we are all thinking of the same thing. We're trying to figure out the best way to have safe streets, connectivity to our neighborhoods and businesses. And with that said, I'm hoping that maybe the business folks, the neighborhood folks can all work together, keep this discussion alive. It's very important. I think we're at a turning point. City of Tampa is still fairly young. We're seeing these wonderful developments that's happening over in Bennett, Tampa Heights, even in Hyde Park, downtown. It's because we're looking at buildings, we're looking at vertical infrastructure, building a lot of infrastructure that people can live, work, and play. So I think if we try to think of transportation to support those type of developments and tie that in with land use, we're gonna see opportunities to live, work, and play in the business district and also close to people next to their homes. So I just wanted everybody to keep an open mind with this. It's not just about moving people from one county to the other. Let's look at opportunities to suit transportation with land use. And I think with that said, we all can become that 21st century city that values culture and also history. Thanks.
All right. Do we have any questions or
Yeah, I got a comment.
Okay.
I'm definitely have a comment.
comment?
One of the things that we did at the last minute, say in our group, was that we see on the little logo, you got the airport, you got a car there. But one of the things that we thought about was waterways, because we had a gentleman that was from MacDill Air Force Base. And one of the issues is getting them 15,000 people, at least 8,000 from Brandon to there. So we think that water transportation might be a consideration for FDOT. You know, we're gonna put you in the 21st century because we got a lot of water around here, and we had a successful taxi system from here to St. Pete, and we think FDOT need to take a look at that. You guys might just want to get on the water now instead of on this concrete slab and dirt. And the other thing is that because of the large size of projects, that we really, that's why you saw that workforce theme kid in there, that we think that workforce and having job readiness of the local workforce, because we have an impoverished area called the West Tampa CRA, and we're trying to develop jobs and opportunities. And this way, they won't even have to drive to work, they could walk to work. So that's one of the things too, is as you're coming through with this this project, make it an economic generator, an economic engine as well as a project for transportation and so forth, okay?
Thank you. Thank you. Question or comment?
Just a comment. I would be remiss if I didn't bring this up. Every morning between 7 and 9 o'clock, we get 70,000 people coming in to the city core, Westshore and downtown Tampa. And it's the same going out at every bridge that crosses the bay. If we could get those people on some sort of rail system, we would be eliminating our traffic problems at those times of day by about 1/3. Let's remember, public transportation is not moving vehicles, it's moving people.
Thank you. All right. Any other questions?